All right, let's talk today about clutches, particularly white bunny clutch setups for Nissan 240SX. So a typical white bunny clutch setup is a Nissan hardbody flywheel with a 350Z clutch. So that's a good option. That's the option I've been running in the blue car for, gosh, like 9 years now, I think. And yeah, the sprung Bonhoff copper 6-puck, and it did pretty good. I liked it. Engagement was on and off. There wasn't much modulation. And the hard body flywheel is pretty heavy. It is heavier than the stock 240SX flywheel, so if you're running a naturally aspirated KA, you rev really slow, and you can tell a big difference there. But for drifting, whenever you rev up and dump the clutch, the extra rotating mass helps jerk those wheels and kick that tail end out. So I got the transmission out. I'm replacing the transmission. I looked at the clutch. The clutch is honestly fine, and I could keep using it, except I wanted to go with something a little lighter and a little less aggressive of an engagement. So after doing a little research, I couldn't find a definitive answer on whether a single cam KA clutch from a Nissan hardbody would in fact work. I knew the flywheel would bolt up because that's what this is. So I was looking for like a lightweight flywheel option. So I couldn't find a lightweight hardbody flywheel that was reasonably priced. So I just went and purchased a XTD Racing Chinesium clutch kit, and the whole clutch kit was 200 bucks. So this flywheel, hardbody flywheel, and you can see some of the AutoZone hardbody flywheels have a groove. Some of them are flush. When you're doing the white bunny setup, you want to try to get a flush one. I ordered this off Rock Auto, and it didn't, match the picture. But our XTD Racing lightweight flywheel, you can see hollowed out, got a lot of lightning holes, a big flush surface. So this is actually, I think, going to wind up being a pretty nice flywheel, and it is a lot lighter than this one, and I believe it's lighter than the factory 240SX flywheel too, so I shouldn't lose that acceleration. So this nice big surface, you could bolt a 350Z clutch to no problem. So 350Z clutch is, so let's back up. Stock 240SX clutch diameter is 225 millimeters. The 350Z gives you 250 millimeters. So that's roughly an inch greater diameter. Now, the hard body clutch disc is 240 millimeters. So 240 versus 250, and a pressure plate. So compared to the 350Z pressure plate, the hard body pressure plate is, a little smaller, but other than that, these pressure plates are pretty much identical, just painted different colors. This one is a little thicker, but I think it'll fit in my KA transmission and work just fine. So we're gonna try to bolt it up. Other notable differences are, oops, let me get a little paper towel and wipe my hands here. This clutch is greasy. Other notable differences are that the hard body throwout bearing is a little thicker than the 350Z throwout bearing, just ever so slightly. And I noticed that when I put the 350Z clutch in, that the stock 240SX bearing, which I'm assuming is the same as this, was also a little thicker. So yeah, so now we have our less aggressive white bunny setup, which is the XTD Racing clutch kit. I'm just gonna run the whole hard body clutch kit instead of trying to get a 350Z clutch, since I had to buy the kit and it came with the flywheel. This whole setup was only 200 bucks. Lightweight flywheel, pressure plate, stage 2 clutch disc sprung, 200 bucks shipped. So I think this will actually wind up being a better white bunny for a stock KA than big old heavy hard body flywheel with way too aggressive 6-puck clutch. Like, that's great if you're doing pure drifting. street skids and driving back and forth to work, I'm hoping this will be a little more enjoyable in traffic. So yeah, now that we've talked clutches for a minute, I think this setup was like probably $300 with the flywheel and the clutch, and this guy was just 200 shipped. So lightweight, a little less surface area, but and cheaper. So we're gonna run it and see if it fits.